Christina.
I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous Geeks. And we just saw As I Lay Dying, the second season finale of The Vampire Diaries. And I was glad it left off on a cliffhanger, but not one that is gonna have me freaking out until fall, which is usually the pattern for TV shows.
But they still left you in a sense of, okay, what the heck is gonna happen?
Yeah, like, it is what the heck is gonna happen, but they, like, close the chapters and then it's like an opening of a new one, which is the pattern, like, the first...
Okay, let's just start from the beginning of the episode. You know, first I have to say, Damon apologizing to Elena. You know, I thought that was a nice scene.
Yeah.
You know, and it's almost like I wanted her to know right then and there what was going on, but he just...
No, but he probably wanted it to be real, and he wanted to, you know, dump it on her like, look, Elena, I'm dying, I need you to... You know, because then what would it mean?
Right. And then that scene where he was just at the window, like, it was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was like beautiful and sad, and the music behind it. I believe that was Sarah Bareilles. It was man.
It sounded like her anyway.
Yeah, John Barry did a great job directing it. It was written by Michael Narducci and of course Al Septian and Terry Meyer. We love those guys to death. Like, they are so great. And so I loved the episode overall, and I said we'd start from the beginning, but I gotta jump to Jeremy, because when those flashes start showing up in his room with, like, people going past and stuff, like, I got chills, like, I got...
Well, you know what, when I was thinking in the previews, cause they have to stop doing this, because I swear they've done this so many times, there are scenes they show in the previews that don't make it past the editing room to the actual episode. Like when Rose is supposed to tell Elena it's okay to love them both, did not end up in the episode. So in the previews, they showed Emily Bennett. I swear they did. And so I was looking for her all episode. I thought she was going to talk to Stefan. I thought she was going to talk to maybe Bonnie. And then at the end, I'm like, oh, I thought that was who was in the house with Jeremy. And then it ended up being Vicky and Anna, and I'm like, well, apparently he's the ghost whisperer or something.
You know what? I'm so glad. Well, I knew he came back.
But if there's a chance that Anna could come back, I'm sorry, bear me. I really liked Anna and Jeremy together.
I really liked Anna. Period. I was like, oh. I was like, oh
Vicky
my gosh.
Was annoying.
But... I was like, Vicky, and I was like, oh, Vicky. I was like, oh, Anna. Like, I love Anna.
Is Jeremy gonna have a supernatural connection now?
Yeah, is it? I don't think
is he supernatural? Does his ring work anymore?
I don't think it will. I mean, I think that counts as supernatural. I'm glad that this has happened, because I just wanted him. We've been saying we want Jeremy to do more stuff.
Yeah, I was happy when Bonnie was like, "You can't do anything. We're just gonna be off. You stay here. Watch a chick flick, and we gonna handle the business like men."
I like
you watch the chick.
Like, no, he's like, you told me to stay behind. Have you stay behind before? My aunt still died. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And Bonnie was just like, I love that.
It was so funny when Lark was like, and the day after that,
and the day after that. I love that. It's so realistic. It's what people do.
Yeah.
And also when she was trying to bring Jeremy back to life, and Lyric was like, what's going on? And she's like, they don't want me to do it. And there's talking or saying get out or whatever. And he was like, well, tell him to shut up. He's just a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
you tell those dead witches where they can shove it.
Yeah, so I love that.
And if Bonnie's abusing her powers, because having all that power, I thought, I mean, it's when you power up somebody, usually you have to end up depowering them, or the villains have to be on the show to end up being so powerful that everybody have to keep elevating, or like Dragon Ball Z,
The Dragon Ball Z of power, but go on.
I've been watching it lately, yeah. But if you make somebody too powerful, like Goku and GT, and everybody looks pathetic, it just really messes up the balance of things. So I'm wondering, since they said she's abusing her powers, are they going to depower her? I know Julie Pleck said that the next season 3 is going to be the season of the originals. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing, perhaps, I could be totally wrong, maybe I am, probably, but maybe Stefan is going to try to get away and he's going to release them. Because how else could they defeat Klaus, and why would it be a season of originals if there's only Klaus? So
yeah, I mean, Klaus is, you know, all powerful and stuff, but can he take on like 10 originals at once?
Here's the question: how much is he playing ball, and how much is he just out of control?
Because he's a crack addict.
My mom was like, "What is his problem? What is wrong with him? How come Damon?" And I had to explain it. She's like, and after I explained it, she's like, "Why is he so weak?" And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I know, I know the reasons, but it goes back to a question of willpower.
But like I said, but it's also the thing is, you know, he's been feeding off bunnies, and you know, Damon never got.
Yeah,
off
but they've
the human
slowly
blood.
been weaning him, so I'm like, oh, is he gonna be able to?
But not that much.
Not that much, no.
That's why, and Klaus knew that. That's why he had him drink so many packets, and he just did an man. Paul Wesley acted his butt off, especially when he was just staring off in that one single frame shot, like the close up. Ian, oh my gosh, I felt so. David is just that type of guy. It's just like, oh, he's terrible. Oh, but give him another chance. And then, literally, while he was, you know, laying there dying, you know, you just kind of felt bad for him. And I'm like, is she gonna?
Yeah, and he acknowledged, I made the wrong choice. I shouldn't have blamed Stefan.
And I really loved when he said, I wish you would have met me in 1864. It's like, you would have liked me then.
Because he was a sweet thing back then.
Yeah. And she was, and you know, and she said, I like you now, and you know, and she kissed him, and I'm like, oh, here we go. I said, Delana fans all across the world are screaming their heads off right now.
But you know, it was still,
you're dying, so
you know, which I've seen in films or whatever before. So,
but
and he, you know, sometimes like Damon will do dumb things, and then there are times when usually when he's out of control or drunk or something, when he tried to force himself on her. But then there's times like in the Mystic Falls episode when Stefan was gone on his blood bender, and he had to dance with Elena, and instead of taking that time to be like, oh, I'm dancing with Elena, and shove it, Stefan, you know, he just, you know, they're like, what are we going to do? He's like, let's just get through this. And it was just a dance, and that was all. That's all he treated it as. And I was surprised that he was so mature about it.
Well, when he
was. So he continuously surprises me. Damon's struggle all season long is he's trying to be this better person for Elena. And I think we kind of got this sense that, well, he's on his deathbed, so he kind of resolved his issues as he was dying. And so now it seems like he's going to be the stand-up citizen, and then Stefan's going to be the bad one we have a problem with. Mm-hmm. And so I guess that's what opens the door for the Delana fans to go, yay! And
I know the Selena fans are going, no! You know,
no, they're going, Selena will conquer all! You guys are idiots! You will see! That's what they're doing.
Yeah, it is true.
Because she'll be like, I'm still here for you, Stefan. I totally knew that Catherine was going to be there at that moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then she's like, you know, it's okay to love them both. I did. I'm just like, did you really love Damon? I think she's going to try and find a way to get Stefan away from Klaus. Because I really do believe that she is obsessed with Stefan. And everyone else could, you know, die and go somewhere, but Stefan, I think she really does want Stefan. If only just so that
I like Catherine and Stefan. I'm sorry, I like their chemistry. Not that anybody should be with Catherine. She's evil, you know, but I just kind of love watching her as a conflict for the show, and I think his aggressive, angry chemistry with her is fun.
No. I'd rather prefer Catherine and Damon.
No, after what that whore did to him.
Well, after what she's done to everybody. She's done everything. I'm just saying. I don't want Catherine with anybody. I don't want Catherine with anybody.
And then she
want Catherine with anybody.
Stefan just to mess with him.
But then she goes and said, I love them both.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't understand. Elena
said that
too. Yeah, but she didn't lead. Well, Damon on, besides what we say she's usually. She's a natural. She's a natural tease, I would say. But Catherine was evil with it, though.
She was manipulative. Yes,
she was manipulating.
Yes, she was. But
which was totally unnecessary, especially if she really loved Stefan. So I think comparing the Stefan situation to the Damon situation is
But
different.
I think Catherine just will not be able to take that, both the Salvatore brothers don't even care about her anymore and that they want Elena. I'm a big Forward.
I liked Matt, though.
Liked Matt.
But you know what? I thought it made
Zach
sense
is hot.
last week when he was like, I got a job, y'all.
I got bills.
I'm like, you know what? Leave that boy alone.
He
Let him
got
go about his
bills.
life. So.
He got bills.
I was surprised Tyler was not in the finale. Very surprised.
I wonder what the heck they're going to do because now everybody is in on the supernatural bit of what's going on. The sheriff's in on it now. Matt knows about it. Just like the only person that doesn't know is the acting mayor. Shooting up Jeremy because it was like 3 seconds and it was, it was like Damon and then, swoosh and, no, that's Superman. That's Clark's swoosh. They're more like, she drew the gun and then just boom, like, in 3 seconds it was over and I was just like, wait a minute, what the heck happened? Oh my gosh, like my jaw hit the floor and I think halfway through the commercials my sister Angelina turned to me and said, Katrina, you can close your mouth now because I was just like
I tweeted them like my jaw is dropped.
And
someone's like, you're watching Vampire Diaries?
And then I'm like, okay, well, Caroline's going to come in and, she's going to heal them with, with her blood and everything. And they're like, it's not working. I'm so glad that the sheriff and Caroline hugged at the end because I was thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to stake her.
Klaus's blood being the cure, I guess it makes sense, but I didn't know that his blood itself. Is it because he's just awesome, or is it because of his hybrid?
Well, it has because of
this, or is it because of his hybridness after the spell?
Well, I think it has to be because think about it, vampire's blood does cure, and he has, and I just, he's an advanced even more.
Yeah,
than anything,
and so I'm thinking, is it gonna make them a hybrid? And I'm like, does he want to make his own super race, or is his deal he just wants to be invincible? And it's pretty messed up. He can control it at will, man.
Yeah.
They are screwed.
Man, he's
Stefan has to somehow get away long enough to release his family.
Man, Elijah was just so stupid. I'm just like, he's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. He is going to kill you. Do you think maybe he wants to make Stefan maybe one of his hybrids?
I don't know.
I don't think he would.
Why would you?
I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. Clearly, he wants to make a monster.
Maybe he just wants to have a buddy because vampires do that. Him and Elijah were tight until Elijah couldn't trust him anymore, and Klaus went on the deep end, and Stefan wanted to be BFFs with Damon, but Damon was jealous and bitter and everything. So, maybe that's what vampires do on one hand. Maybe he's bored and wants to make him super evil because he wants some kicks. If you live forever, you have to find your kicks.
Every episode that your jaw just hits the floor. I have not seen one badly written episode, and everybody just does such a great job. Kevin Williamson, Julie Plec. Again, kudos to Michael Naducci and Al Septien and Trey Meyer. I mean, this episode was so great. And all the actors just did a fabulous job. Even just the little moments, like just the little things and the words. This episode was just absolutely wonderful.
Season premiere and the finale, Jeremy died.
No, you thought he took those pills, but he didn't.
No, that was the season finale of last season. Season premiere, Damon snapped his neck. I'm just saying, how many times are they gonna kill him?
It's going to hit me next Thursday. I'm going to be like, okay, DVR, and it's not there. But anyways, tell us what you think. Tell us if you loved the episode. If you didn't, I think you're crazy. But anyways, I'm Katrina.
I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous Geeks.